Wow, 21 tahun sudah berhasil mengumpulkan 5 juta US dollar. Wow, dulu ngapain saya?
Masih kuliah,
Masih kuliah ya?
baru mau lulus. Nah ini dia, memang Gitta Amelia ini menjadi pihak yang menyambungkan orang yang punya uang dengan pebisnis yang membutuhkan uang untuk ekspansi bisnisnya. Dan ini memang bisnisnya ini yang difokuskan adalah startup. Dari anak-anak milenial sampai Generation Z.
Yes.
Langsung aja kita ngobrol dengan Gitta Amelia. Hello, good morning Gitta.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yes.
Jadi pertanyaan pertama saya itu ke Gitta adalah, kan Gitta ini punya mimpi memang dari dulu sampai sekarang untuk membantu meningkatkan ekonomi Indonesia dengan menarik banyak modal dan investasi ke Indonesia.
Ya.
Nah, waktu di umur 21, Gitta tuh berhasil mengumpulkan dana 5 juta dolar, akhirnya membuat Everhouse.
Ya.
Kemudian sekarang lagi berusaha memproses ngumpulin uang 30 juta dolar tapi dari investor asing ke Indonesia. Apa yang dijanjikan Gitta kepada investor-investor asing ini bahwa uang yang mereka kasih ke Gitta untuk nanti Gitta kasih ke startup itu akan menguntungkan, akan balik ke mereka dan bahkan menguntungkan?
So definitely, I think with every venture capital, there are risks involved.
Yeah.
So if you're an investor that is looking to invest into a VC fund,
Yes.
you need to know that there is that risk, you know, that it might all go to zero.
Yes.
That's something that they have to understand from day one. And
Okay.
I certainly hope, because the investors that we are talking to for the $30 million fund are institutional investors, they're a little bit more experienced.
Yeah.
So they completely understand that.
Okay.
But what we offer for these institutional investors, for these foreign investors, as well as local investors that are interested in investing into a venture capital vehicle, is certainly access to the deal flow that we have. So over the past couple of years, you know, we curate a deal flow of startups that come to us because of our reputation and of our brand and of the way that we operate and do business, and we have a track record of providing great value.
Oh.
So with, for example, 1 year we can see over 500 different startups. And this deal flow is simply something that takes a long time to build. Right? The second thing what we offer is, of course, financial returns. I think venture capital, when done correctly, can offer great financial returns to investors. It's really at the earlier stages where a little bit of money can actually go a long way and add tremendous value. And we see that growth very, very quickly in the very, very early stages, which is where venture capital financing actually comes into.
Oke, jadi barusan yang kita katakan itu adalah ketika dia pertama kali approach seorang investor itu, biasanya udah ngomong di depan duluan nih, ada resiko ya. Ada resiko bisa uang ini tiba-tiba yang nggak balik, tapi itu itu adalah resiko yang memang si investor ini sudah akan
mengetahui ya?
Iya, sudah mengetahui, mengiyakan atau tidak kan itu kan pilihannya dari si investor. Kemudian yang dijanjikan oleh Gitta ini juga adalah track record yang ketika aku misalnya nih, aku mau invest, aku harus lihat dulu Gitta mana track recordnya selama ini tuh seperti apa startup yang bernaung di bawah kamu.
Betul.
Kalau track recordnya baik, makanya aku jadi confidence kan sebagai seorang investor. Yang ketiga adalah yang dijanjikan adalah financial return. Jadi kalau misalnya saya percayakan uang saya ke salah satu atau salah dua dari 500 startup ini, nanti financial return-nya seperti ini. So it's like that.
Alright. Nah berikutnya nih Gitta, apa sih bedanya financial venture dan perbedaannya dengan banking finansial, dan apa keuntungannya buat perusahaan kamu dan juga startup?
So venture capital is a type of private equity financing, which is different from actually traditional private equity. It's also very different from bank loans and bank credit.
Okay.
I think that as an entrepreneur, you need to really think about your source of finance. And you have to consider kind of like the stage of your business at the moment and what source of capital can you actually tap into for your business. So different businesses require different types of financing.
Correct.
And venture capital, I always tell to the entrepreneur, hey, this might not be for you. It might actually be better if you went out to take a bank loan. So,
for example, like what?
For example, a bank loan would be great for an entrepreneur that has a lot of assets and are just looking for essentially working capital.
Right.
I'm sure if they already have a strong cash flow stream, they can go to any bank, or say like they have a large kind of like client base that are recurring. I'm sure they can go to any bank and then get an approval from there.
Okay.
And that cost of capital would be much lower than venture capital.
Okay.
Because venture capital, what we do is that we give you financing, but we actually, in exchange for your equity.
Right.
And sometimes that's more expensive in the long run.
Okay, can you give an example of numbers? For example,
Yeah.
I'm a startup, and I
Yep.
go to you, Gitta, I need money.
Yep.
So I need, for example, 1 billion rupiah.
Yep.
And then what happened? What do you do to me? Like, I need 1 billion. Give me
Don't
1
worry,
billion.
I won't do anything to you. I think when startups come to Everhouse,
Yeah.
they are actually not only looking for money. And this is something that our investors need to understand as well. Because when startups come to Everhouse, they're looking for a business partner.
A business
A business
partner.
partner.
Okay.
Correct.
That's different, yeah?
It's different. We don't only... that's why we also take an equity stake, right?
So how does that work?
So
What is
the-
the equity stake?
The equity stake ranges. It can go from 1% to even up to 20%.
This is forever.
It's forever. It's equity of your company.
Oh, so you have a saham, maksudnya you have
That's
a saham
right.
in the company.
Saham.
That's right.
Itu bedanya ternyata.
Jadi kalau misalnya venture capitalist, tadi kan pertanyaanmu tentang apa bedanya dengan bank kan?
Bank antar venture, ya. Betul.
Boleh aku translate nggak?
Boleh
Oke.
banget.
Jadi yang barusan kita bilang itu bedanya, misalnya aku startup terus pergi ke venture capitalist sama bank adalah, misalnya cash flow-ku ini udah oke banget. Terus si Gitta bilang lebih baik aku pergi ke bank aja gitu. Kalau misalnya aku ini startup banget yang memang butuh modal, ya udah ke venture capitalist.
Nah, itu dia.
Karena emang kita nggak punya duit kan. Nah, tapi pembagiannya begini. Kalau misalnya sama venture capitalist itu bukannya jadi orang yang kita pinjam duit aja, tapi dia jadi partner bisnis kita.
Yes, partner
Dan
kerja.
jumlah persentasenya itu ya berbeda-beda ya, Gitta, tergantung
1-20% nanti.
persetujuan ya.
Yep.
1 to 20%. Jadi antara 1 sampai 20% itu nanti diobrolin sama venture capitalist dan juga si startup itu. Fascinating.
Oh, itu sangat menguntungkan sekali itu.
Iya. Nah selain itu service apa lagi atau pelayanan apa lagi yang Gitta selama ini berikan selain ya pendanaan ya? Apa lagi?
So great question, because I think over the course of 2 years operating my VC business,
Ya.
we really think about how we can be value adding to our companies as well as to our investors.
Oke.
So we started essentially to collect a lot of data.
Oke, data
And with
collecting.
this data, we built robust internal models in terms of like how we can approach due diligence, how we can analyze risk better, how we can also perform portfolio audits better. And we also built robust kind of like systems to perform market research, for example.
Oke.
So over the course of the years, actually, we have had some investors who are not investors in our current fund, but they're currently looking to invest in a, say, startup ABC. And they come to us and ask us for a third-party opinion. And because we have aggregated this data for over the course of 2 years,
Yeah.
we actually are able to give a pretty interesting insight usually,
Right.
and using kind of like not only our models but also qualitative analysis. So I think when I think about Everhouse, we have our venture capital business,
Yes.
but sometimes we also provide that risk analysis service to investors.
Yeah.
And then for startups, I love working with startups. I love working with entrepreneurs. I love working with people who are very passionate,
Okay.
but oftentimes they also need help in terms of, you know, just validating their markets,
Iya.
just validating their products.
Yeah.
And with these services, we offer kind of like Everhouse market research for
Market
these
research.
companies.
Oke,
Oke.
jadi selain memberikan memberikan dana atau mencarikan dana untuk para startup, kalau aku mikir nih boleh dong startup.
Jadi startup sekarang.
Yang kita lakukan ini sebagai dengan Everhouse ini adalah risk analysis. Jadi dia itu juga menggunakan data collecting untuk melihat atau mengukur resiko-resiko itu dengan data yang sedetil-detilnya. Kemudian yang ketiga, Gitta ini juga membantu startup untuk market research. Kadang-kadang kan ada nih orang-orang yang udah passionate banget nih, gue mau bikin bisnis pokoknya. Tapi ternyata market research-nya tuh tidak terlalu kuat gitu.
Tidak
Jadi
tepat juga mungkin ya.
iya, jadi ketika produknya dia di luar situ, ternyata kompetitornya banyak dan
Banyak.
sebagainya. Jadi dia kan harus menemukan niche itu.
Oke.
Itu harus di backup dengan data, bener ya Gitta ya?
Betul.
There you go.
Alright, last question. Nah, potensi apa yang kamu lihat dari ekonomi kreatif di Indonesia sehingga akhirnya mantap untuk pulang ke Indonesia? Karena dengar-dengar nih udah punya karir di Amerika ya, dan memiliki pendapatan yang lebih cukup di usia yang 21 tahun ini.
Apa yang bikin Gitta ini pulang akhirnya ke Indonesia?
I always have a huge heart for Indonesia.
Okay.
I think even since college, I started essentially like an online publication to gather a community of students that were studying abroad.
Oke.
To help them really think about different issues in Indonesia. And I think the hope of that is that we were trying to combat brain drain at that time. You know, I truly believe that if you have been given the opportunity to study abroad and to expand your horizon, you have to give back to your country, which is Indonesia.
Alright.
So I've always held on to that belief. And I think when I was in college, when I was studying finance at Wharton, I was always at a dilemma. Should I go to the professional route or should I go become an entrepreneur myself?
Right. And then?
And I think during my third year, I came to this understanding that I have to do it now. It's either now or never. Because the timing is correct, you know. The human potential and the creativity of the millennial generation is just something that it's picking up. And I think capital is increasingly coming into Indonesia for the technology sectors as well as the early stages in ways that we have never ever seen before.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
And I think when it comes to investment, time is impersonal.
Yes, yes.
So I saw that right now the time is right. It's such an exciting time.
Yeah.
Why not just do it?
You just gotta do it.
Exactly.
Jadi yang barusan Gitta katakan adalah kenapa dia akhirnya kembali lagi ke Indonesia setelah sudah mulai berkarir di Amerika Serikat dan sebagainya, karena memang dia itu memang punya misi dari dulu itu untuk meningkatkan perekonomian Indonesia, terutama di pasar milenial dan juga Generation Z yang selama ini dia tidak melihat gitu ada venture capitalist yang tap into that. Jadi Gitta ini menjadi link dari startup yang pelaku-pelakunya adalah Generation milenial dan juga Generation Z.
Investor, ya.
Exactly, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Gitta.
Thank you so much.
Sudah berbagi di sini, semoga banyak
Memberikan
ya
inspirasi buat para milenial dan
Correct.
teman-teman yang lain ya.
Cari Gitta Amelia kalau misalnya Anda milenial dari Generation
Atau punya startup nih yang lagi ngerintis, monggo.
Exactly. Indonesia Morning Show masih akan kembali dengan berbagai informasi menarik lainnya. Usai jeda, tetaplah bersama kami. Thanks Gitta, that was fascinating.
Thank you.